Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel Painful Promises. Your support means a lot. Like, share, and turn on the notification bell. Enjoy the video. The first thing I saw wasn't my wife. It was my suitcase, sitting in the middle of the lawn like it had been dragged there and abandoned. The zipper was half open, one of my shirts hanging out like it was trying to escape. My shoes were tossed beside it. A framed photo, our wedding photo, was face down in the grass. For a second, I thought I had the wrong house. I actually checked the number on the mailbox. Same house. Same driveway. Same place I had been calling home for 4 years. But everything else felt wrong. Then I saw her. Not my wife. Her sister, Emily, standing on the porch, arms crossed, watching me like I was something she'd already decided she didn't like. And that's when my phone buzzed. A message from my wife. Don't come inside. Please just take your things and go. 1. The moment everything broke. I stood there, keys still in my hand, trying to process what I was looking at. What is this? I asked, my voice sounding distant, like it didn't belong to me. Emily didn't move. You heard her? No, I said, stepping forward. I didn't. That's why I'm asking. She let out a short laugh. Not amused, more like annoyed. She doesn't want to see you. Just take your stuff and leave. I felt something tighten in my chest. Where is she? Inside. Then I'll talk to her. I took a step toward the porch, but Emily stepped down, blocking me. No, you won't. The way she said it, calm, firm, like this had already been decided. Like I didn't get a say. Emily, I said, trying to keep my voice steady, move. No. We stood there for a second, the tension thick and awkward, like two people playing roles neither of us understood. Then my phone buzzed again. Another message. Please don't make this harder than it already is. Harder? Harder than what? I looked at the house. The curtains were drawn. No movement. No sign of her. Just silence. 4 years of marriage, and I was being told to leave through text. 2. Packing without packing. I don't remember picking up the suitcase. I don't remember grabbing the rest of my things. I just remember the feeling. That hollow, almost weightless feeling like gravity had stopped working properly. Emily went back inside without another word. The door closed. And just like that, I was alone. Standing on the same lawn where we had once planned a barbecue with friends. Where she had laughed, barefoot, chasing our neighbor's dog because it stole a piece of chicken off the grill. Now it felt like not mine anymore. Maybe it never was. 3. The silence that followed. I called her. Straight to voicemail. I called again. Same result. Then I texted. What's going on? No reply. I sat in my car for almost an hour, staring at the house. Waiting. Hoping she'd come out. That this was some kind of misunderstanding. A fight blown out of proportion. But nothing happened. Eventually, I drove away. And that was the moment it became real. 4. Rewriting the past. When something like that happens, your brain doesn't accept it right away. It goes backwards. Replays everything. Searches for the moment where things started to break. At first, I couldn't find it. We weren't perfect, but we weren't this. No screaming matches. No big betrayals, at least none that I knew of. But then, slowly, things started to surface. Small things. Things I had ignored. She had started keeping her phone face down. Not all the time. Just enough for it to feel intentional. Late-night messages she'd reply to with a smile she didn't explain. Work stuff, she'd say. Always work stuff. There were more late meetings. More last-minute plans. And fewer, how was your day? Conversations. I told myself it was normal. People change. Life gets busy. But now, sitting in a nearly empty apartment I had rented in a rush, those moments didn't feel normal anymore. They felt like clues. 5. Emily's role. Emily had never liked me. Not openly. Not in a way you could point to and say, there, that's the problem. But it was always there. In the way she'd interrupt me mid-sentence. In the way she'd laugh at jokes that weren't funny, only when I made them. In the way she'd look at her sister like she deserved more. More than me. I used to brush it off. She's just protective, my wife would say. Maybe she was. Or maybe she knew something I didn't. 6. The first crack. It happened about 2 months before the lawn. I came home early from work. Not planned. Just one of those days where everything wrapped up faster than expected. The house was quiet. Too quiet. I remember calling out her name. No answer. But her car was in the driveway. I walked through the house slowly, something in my chest tightening. Then I heard it. A voice. Not hers. A man's voice. Coming from the bedroom. I froze. For a second, I told myself it was the TV. But then I heard her laugh. Soft. Familiar. Intimate. Not the kind of laugh you share with a screen. My hand hovered over the doorknob. And then I stepped back. I don't know why. Maybe I was afraid of what I'd see. Maybe I wasn't ready for the answer. So I walked out, got back in my car, and drove. I told myself I was overreacting, that there was a reasonable explanation. There always is, until there isn't. 7. The lie I accepted. That night, she acted normal. Too normal. How was your day? She asked, like nothing had happened. Fine, I said. I watched her closely, looking for something, guilt, hesitation, anything. But she moved through the evening like a script she'd memorized. At one point, I almost told her. Almost said, I came home earlier. But I didn't. Because if I said it, everything would change. And part of me wasn't ready for that. 8. The day everything made sense. 7 days after the lawn incident, my phone exploded. Messages. Calls. Notifications. At first, I thought something had happened to her. Some emergency. But then I opened the first message. It was from a number I didn't recognize. A screenshot. Just one. A text conversation. Her name at the top. My wife. And below it, messages that didn't leave much room for interpretation. He's gone for the evening. Come over. My chest tightened. More messages started coming in. Different numbers. Different screenshots. Photos. Videos. Each one peeling back another layer of something I hadn't wanted to see. Different dates. Different times. Always the same pattern. Always, not me. 9. The truth in pieces. I sat on the edge of my bed, phone in my hand, as the reality settled in piece by piece. It hadn't been one mistake. It hadn't been one person. It had been a life. A hidden one. Running parallel to mine. I scrolled through the messages again, trying to find something that would make it less real. But there was nothing. No explanation. No context that made it better. Just truth. Raw and unfiltered. 10. The call. I finally called her. This time, she answered. Silence on the line for a second. Then, you saw it. Not a question. A statement. Yes. Another pause. I didn't want you to find out like this. I let out a hollow laugh. How did you want me to find out? Another suitcase on the lawn. She didn't respond. And that silence said more than anything she could have said. 11. Her side. It wasn't supposed to go this far, she said finally. I closed my eyes. They never do. I was unhappy. There it was. The justification. The explanation that doesn't really explain anything. Then you leave, I said quietly. You don't do this. I didn't know how. I shook my head, even though she couldn't see me. So you chose this? No, she said, her voice breaking slightly. I just didn't stop it. 12. Emily again. Did Emily know? I asked. A pause. Yes. Of course she did. That explained the look. The certainty. The way she stood on that porch like a gatekeeper. She wasn't protecting her sister. She was protecting the secret. 13. The turning point. I need to know one thing, I said. Why that day? Because you came home early. The words hit harder than anything else. She knew. She had known I almost saw. And after that, you still. I thought I could fix it, she said. Pretend it didn't happen. I laughed again. But there was nothing funny about it. 14. Letting go. I'm not coming back, I said. I know. I'm not fighting for this. I know. That was the thing. She knew. Somewhere along the way, she had already accepted the ending. I was just catching up. 15. Closure. It's been months now. I don't drive past that house anymore. I don't check my phone hoping for messages that won't come. The anger faded. The confusion too. What's left is clarity. Not everything breaks loudly. Some things fall apart quietly, behind closed doors, in messages you don't see, until it's too late. And if you're listening to this, I want to know, would you have opened that bedroom door? Or walked away like I did? Tell me in the comments. And if this story stayed with you, don't forget to subscribe. Because sometimes the hardest truths are the ones we almost saw coming.